We are back at Battle for Indiana, lower finals. Ball State and Purdue both looking at a shot to maybe get the revenge on IU in that grand final.
Yeah, IU's been tearing it up at this event, but both these opponents, Ball State and Purdue, they've been holding their own.
We'll be going straight to Ascent tonight, which was been played a lot this tournament.
I think it's been the fourth. This is the fourth instance of Ascent on this tournament. Which, yeah, we've seen a lot of different comps. We know Ball State just previously used the kind of the default comp with the Killjoy and the Jet, and the two initiators in KO and Sova. I'm interested to see what Purdue is going to pull out, because there's a bit of variation in there.
Yeah, they like to run this double duelist with a Raze Reyna, which is an interesting combination, but it works out when they run it with their Harbor Viper combo. And we've been seeing Harbors go crazy on Ascent today. I don't know what's in the water here, but
something makes the Harbors go crazy on Ascent here. But yeah, what's funny is we've seen Harbor on Ascent more often than Enya on the map, which is not something you see every day. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fun to see how this double duelist comp pairs against a more standard issue comp, very defaulty versus a very fast pace. And it should be a good game. Both teams very high caliber.
Yeah, and both teams, like you said earlier, are looking to get their revenge on IU, who's been tearing it up. Ball State knocked down into lowers by IU, and Purdue also knocked down to lowers by IU. So we're looking in the lower finals here. We're trying to see who has what it takes to get back up to IU and face them in that grand final.
Yeah, and whenever these teams go for their revenge, there's a bracket reset. So if they were to win the first BO3, the bracket would then reset once more, going into a completely new best of three, unknown territory.
Yeah, and best of threes are a lot different than BO1s because you can't ban as many maps before you get to your picks. So there's a lot more room for variation in there.
Interesting. I'm almost guaranteeing we'll see Ascent in that grand final.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. But it's been a commonality throughout all these high-level teams in this tournament, and it's been the main fighting ground for differentiating styles and other forms of gameplay.
Yeah. I think we're just about to head into the game here. What are your predictions for this? How do you think this is going to go?
Ball State have been somewhat on a lower bracket run, getting knocked out pretty early on. They did get that first round bye, but Indiana came at them swinging hot, and they got sent down to the lower bracket, beating ourselves. We're still pretty salty about that, but it happens. And then they just beat a Purdue Northwest team that was looking pretty good, almost mounting a comeback, but Ball State was able to close it out.
Yeah, it was a really close game, that last one, 11-13 on Ascent. We're going back there. Do you think there's any sort of nerves after what happened at that 11-13 versus Purdue Northwest heading into this new game?
No, if I'm Ball State, I'm feeling red hot. All right, and I think we are heading right into Agent Select here.
Yep, just about into there. So again, we're expecting to see around the same comps that we had last time. Looks like Real Honcho is hovering over that signature Reyna that he's been playing on pretty much every map. We saw it on the split earlier. Yeah, and it looks like we're just going for the default comp on the Ball State side.
Yeah, absolutely. Very much familiar faces for both these teams. Coming from different ends of the group stage. They face here with very different comps, very different play styles, and they both want that shot at the grand finals. And what better place to have that shot, that battle takedown than Ascent?
Yeah, exactly. Ascent, probably the most iconic map in Valorant, and we have two very iconic teams here in Battle for Indiana history. And I think, yeah, the Raze Reyna versus the Double Initiator. This is going to be a good one.
Absolutely. Just a few more seconds here before we're loaded into the pistol round. Thoughts on on what Purdue might do on their attack side to possibly get an early lead against a default comp.
Yeah, well, the thing about this comp in particular is that it's very, very aggressive. You don't have those flank watchers like the Killjoy turret or the alarm bot. You have to like take space with bodies. And so that's something that they're going to be trying to do as much as possible, I think, on Purdue's side. Using that Reyna to take space, keeping the crosshairs off of them with that Lear, and having the Raze just blast back in behind them.
Absolutely. A very fast comp. But do you think it will be able to stop a sight hold with Omen Paranoia and KJ utility just in general?
I don't know. We've seen Fraggleton go pretty crazy on this Killjoy on Ascent. I am excited to see what they have cooked up on defense here for this pistol round. Yeah, it looks like our teams are loaded in and we're ready to go.
Absolutely. It's looking like Purdue is looking towards an A push. Meanwhile, Ball State look like they're opting to keep that site open. This might be a 5-on-5 retake early on unless Spaghetti is able to find some lurk kills or...
Yeah, it looks like they're just going, like, for on Ball State's side, they just have the KO here for early info. Highly likely that they'll just play offsite and retake with the team, so we could be looking at a pretty fast bomb plant here. We'll have to see how it goes.
Absolutely. Both KOs use their knives to get early information, suppressing multiple. And then, the Harbor Util comes out. They're on site, uncontested. It's a 5-on-5 retake.
Yeah, but this Viper in B lobby is taking a long time to get there. Do you think Ball State's going to know?
Well, they do. They do. Rebo finds Spaghetti, and suddenly it's 4-on-5. Purdue at a disadvantage, but they do have the site, and Rebo is very weak.
Yeah, we see that flank coming in from the Jet. We're getting recouped. Everyone's getting ready for that retake on Ball State side.
They cascade of Heaven to give Raze that space to take a fight if needed. King Lion Leo spots that maybe Jet's flanking, finds the Jet.
Oh, nice shots.
And Evan Scopes, it's a clean sight hold, all left down to Rebo and Evan, but isn't able to find it. Scopes with the 3K and Purdue with the pistol.
Yeah, and the 4v5, they're not being converted on Ball State side. Unfortunate. I think they just I don't know, maybe they just trickled out. They didn't take fights as a team. It's hard to say.
Absolutely. Purdue got on that site very easily. Ball State had the read on the lurk, but they just couldn't complete that retake with Purdue's utility. It's very overwhelming utility with the Harbor Viper.
Yeah, and we are seeing on Ball State side, we do have a few sheriffs in hand with TN and Rebo specifically. Both these players have been shooting really nicely over the course of this day, and I'm excited to see if they can do anything with it.
Absolutely. It looks like Purdue's opting for some heavy mid presence with that Viper wall that's going to cut off bottom, mid, and tree. So maybe they want to opt for a tree push.
Yeah, this Viper wall is very, very hard to deal with if you're a defender. Nice shot there by Rebo just to get a little bit of chip damage on that Reyna.
Absolutely, but it is a Reyna, and she can heal if she hits a nice Marshall headshot. But if Purdue end up trying to go towards the A site, they're running into 4 members of Ball State. The stack is very well read, but Purdue are taking their sweet old time trying to find out, and it looks like they're going to pivot towards B. This seems to be the right call because KJ is left by herself, but has a spam setup with the Sheriff off of KJ.
Yeah, he's going to get some value there. Is going to get suppressed as Ball State starts flooding it.
Absolutely. The Harbor Util is out, and KJ is all by herself on the site. Any damage is good. Fraggleton finds one, but gets immediately traded by King Lion Leo.
Yeah, and it looks like an even 4v4 retake, but Ball State does not have the gunpowder to deal with it.
Absolutely. The plant goes down. Rebo goes to break the door, but Scopes is toast. They have to be expecting this. Nope. Scopes finds Rebo and swings Epic Gamer to Ian and finds the second with the Vandal. And then King Lion Leo finds Ian outside of spawn.
Yeah, and at this point, Choku is just trying to get as much value out as he can out of this classic.
But it's not going to happen. Purdue with a clean force round against Ball State.
Yeah, and we saw this time they took a lot of time trying to get through mid, seeing what's going on there. Unfortunately, they did not go into the stack that Ball State wanted, but yeah, they slowed down their play. I think that's going to be really interesting how they manage that throughout this half. Absolutely.
Well, Ball State is on a full buy. They're leaning towards a more default setup, doubling up on sites. Rebo's playing flexible towards his spawn area for quick rotates. And it looks like Purdue is also leaning into a default. It's going to be typically a slow round, but Ball State are opting to early fight main with the one-way smoke and the KO knife, and Purdue's forced to back off.
Yeah, we see here Purdue is just slowly taking mid control again, not really being contested by Ball State. They're choosing to just keep their sights on lock.
Yeah, absolutely. This Viper Wall is doing so much for Purdue as it cuts off bottom mid and tree, so they really can go anywhere in mid that they please.
Yeah, but we see that one way coming out from Rebo on Ball State's side. That's gonna keep the attackers out of trees for just a little bit.
Absolutely. TN takes early contact on Purdue's harbor in main, but then is backing off, looking towards tree, recognizing that this could be a possibility. Rebo finds Real Honcho, but Clean Line Leo with a nice trade. Scopes finds Tia, but is traded by Choku. Trade's going in and out. It's a 3-on-3.
Yeah, and it looks like we're taking mid with KO on Purdue's side. No one's really contesting mid. They're choosing to stay together. Epic Gamer dude Ian is just stuck on this B site alone.
Absolutely. They're aware of the KO pushing up through mid because of KJ's turret contact, but they're opting to go to a B site where Epic Gamer dude Ian is alone.
Yeah, see how we can deal with this is a 3v3, gets flashed.
Blinded by King Lion Leo, he's pinched, not much you can do there. Suddenly it's 2-on-3 retake on Purdue's bonus round.
Yeah, and this harbor wall just got dissipated. They're kind of out of util on the attacker's side. They just have this Viper orb to try and do something with.
I think Spaghetti was going for a one-way, but ends up missing it. But it's not going to really matter. She has 2 mollies to stall the push from Ball State.
Oh, and this KO knife is getting all 3 back sight.
They know all 3 are back sight. This could be a successful retake for Ball State.
It's going to be close.
Spaghetti finds Choku, and it's all down to Fraggleton. Spaghetti also finds Fraggleton with the 3K, and Purdue suddenly clean up their bonus round.
Yeah, that's a really big round to win if you're Purdue. That's just, it launches your economy into staggering heights. While Ball State's just scrambling here, just a Marshall, a Sheriff, a couple classics. I wonder how they're going to handle this round.
Absolutely. It seems like Purdue's catching an early lead, which is something that haunted them in their IU game. But it seems like they have the reins, they're in control, and they want this win.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And they're abusing this mid setup that Ball State has. They're just, Ball State not really one to challenge mid at all. Like, even this round, they're just waiting for Purdue to just walk up and see what they can find. Oh,
what?
But a clean shot from Rebo. Getting the headshot on that Reyna, that'll keep him out of this round.
Huge Marshall shot from Rebo, especially on that Reyna, who's been putting in quite a bit of work. But he jump spots Scopes, but Scopes sees him, tries to spam him out. Eco's looking very doable for Ball State.
Yeah, that 4v5 just made it a lot easier. They're going to run. Purdue is running into this tree setup that they have with KO and the Jet. We'll see how they deal with this.
Absolutely. Jet's going to get cleared out by the Raze nade, forced to use her dash, and then they believe it's an A hit, but Purdue are reconsidering this entire round.
Yeah, it seems they were just trying to drag rotates over towards A before they went back towards B. We see the KO knife coming out. Maybe has more info for them.
So Alarmbot's going to get contact. Omen and Silver are immediately going to react off that. While Purdue's trying to enter a fast B split.
Yeah, we see just the fast rotates coming in from Ball State. It's going to be close.
Rebo's going to TP on site to attempt to help Fraggleton. But is it enough with these weapons? Kingline Leo finds Rebo and Fraggleton. Scopes finds 2 and Spawn. It's down to Choku. Running onto site will upgrade to a Vandal. But in a 1-on-3 situation, what more can you ask?
I mean, we've seen some crazy plays, but this is a tall order to ask for. Gets
Choku
one.
Lions Harbor. This is very doable, but is immediately traded out by Spaghetti. Another round by Purdue.
And this is a really great round to just talk about how Purdue is like poking and prodding Ball State's defensive side here, because they walk up mid, they see tree, they see a lot of presence there, and they just decide, you know what? Let's not go there. Let's work towards B, where we know there has to be less people because we saw so many on A. Really just working the map well, and it shows.
Absolutely. It seems that Ball State doesn't have a solution to this Harbor Viper comp, which isn't something that's really in the mainstay meta right now, but it seems that Purdue are making it work, and they're making it work well.
Yeah, and TN gonna get posted up with the op, no armor here on tree.
Huge knife from Choku, detaining, I think, all 4 of the A main players. So Ball State have a pretty good read.
And it looks like Purdue is just trying to gonna just completely leave A main and work back towards mid, try and get more presence on the other side of the map.
Absolutely. That one-way smoke is going to help Ball State take re-clear A main, but Purdue are gone. They're shifted their focus towards mid.
Yeah, and this operator on TN is not getting as much value as I think they wanted. It's kind of stuck in between A main and tree right now. It's not
Real
getting much
honcho
value.
gets Rebo on the re-clear for A main. Suddenly Purdue are opting to go back with the harbor roll. TN is all huge kill from Real Honcho onto TN, and suddenly Purdue are running on this site. They have tree control, they have sight. The harbor wall comes in, and Choku gets spammed because of a Sova dart from Ian.
Yeah, and this is looking more and more doable. It was a 3v5, now it's a 3v3. The KO is down, but this harbor wall is dropping, and they have a chance here.
Epic Gaming dude Ian finding a kill onto Leo on button. KO is down, but getting all this information about the harbor B main, but they don't. I'm not sure they're too aware of hell, but it seems like they
have
are.
an idea.
Spaghetti finds Ian. It's a 2-on-1 for Fraggleton. Fraggleton finds the first, but is
so
very
low.
weak. Taps the spike. Jiggles.
Yeah, it's all about the time game with this harbor here.
And
Well
another
played.
round for Purdue. That was looking closer and closer for Ball State, but Purdue are reading this three-person stack onto A from Ball State, and they're playing really well around
Yeah,
it.
right now it seems like Ball State has no answers. Gonna take a timeout here, try and just reconvene, take a breather, see what they can figure out about this attack setup, because right now it looks like Purdue's gonna run away with this.
Absolutely. If you're Ball State's coach, what are you telling your players right now?
I think for Ball State, the biggest thing is that they're not taking as much mid control as I would have liked to see out of this defense comp. They have the KJ to just lock down one site. They have the Sova to get info on the mains. I feel like they just need to take a lot more mid control than they're taking. They're just waiting for Purdue to walk in. And it's favoring Purdue because now they have all these util, the Harbor Cascade, the Harbor Wall, the Viper Wall, to just suffocate Ball State's site players.
Absolutely. Ball State are left in a pickle right now against Purdue's dominant attack side with this Harbor Viper comp. We're really getting to see the strengths of this Viper with the mid wall that they're throwing. It's getting them so much space, and Ball State don't know what to do about it.
Yeah, and it's unorthodox, but it's been seen before. Like, we've seen a couple other teams at Battle for Indiana run this comp.
At least Harbor Viper.
Yeah, this Harbor Viper comp, but it's not. I haven't seen it get as much value as this Purdue has made it look like.
Yeah, and it seems Ball State is going to go for some early A aggression, but Purdue, they're going to 5-hit B as fast as they can. And it's all going to be up to Fraggleton and Epic Gamer Dude Ian on this very weak
Yeah, but
buy.
see, with the judge here in Ian's hand, anything can happen.
Finds the first. Scopes immediately traces out, pops the Razor. Can he find Fraggleton? He does. Again, Purdue have the B side for free. Ball
Yeah,
State is
Purdue
forced
just
into a
running it
retake.
down that round, just abusing the fact that there's only 2 people on a low buy. And now it's a 3v5 retake or 3v4 retakes, excuse me, for Ball State.
Yeah, Omen will have his paranoia, so maybe they can make something work with Jet going late main. They don't really have flank utility, so there's not much they know about the B main push, but they are aware that it is a possibility with the Rays playing up on lane.
Yeah, and with Ball State clearing out A main, they know that most of these Purdue players are playing backside.
TN finds the Rays on lane. The rest of the players are forced in backside. What does Ball State have the answer to this positioning? And they won't. Spaghetti swings out and kills Choku. This is looking dominant from Purdue.
Yeah, Ball State just has no answers right now. But now they have a lot of ultimates that can really turn the tide of this game. They have the Sova ult, they have the Killjoy ult for retakes. I think this is when, if any time, now is the only time you can have Ball State try and make a comeback on this half.
Absolutely. This is a very important round for Ball State. This has been one of their only few buys. They're just not winning out these rifle rounds. And Purdue is getting a lot of momentum. It's up to Ball State to answer. They have 3 ultimates, 2 of which are a Sova and a KJ ultimate, which serve very high impact. But the Viper ult on Purdue's side scares me.
Yeah, it looks like Jet's trying to get pretty active here on the B main, but gets caught out by Spaghetti.
Absolutely. Rebo immediately answers with a kill on a True Honcho, and then Choku gets scopes up on the cat push. The 2 mid players going for that push are eliminated. It seems that Ball State has finally figured out what they're trying to attempt to do mid and have answered that.
Yeah, and now we're looking towards A main for Purdue. It's a 3v4 here. Only 2 players in A main right now. They don't know the KJ setup here. It's gonna be.
They're aware they've walled up the turret. They're playing contact up. King Lion Leo finds Choku in tree, but Fraggleton is backside dice, fighting for his life and fighting for his team. It's a 2-on-3. And Fraggleton and Rebo answer.
And that's the round they needed for Ball State to get back into this half. This is what we were talking about. This is a very important round. Now they still have those important ultimates that we were talking about, and they have a round on the board.
Absolutely. This is a big round for them to get on the board. Their buy may not look that good, but they do have the Jet ultimate, so they can probably get some eco working up. They need to get a couple more rounds this half, though, to make this doable.
Yeah, and I think if anyone can do it, it's Ball State. But we've seen crazy comebacks from them, specifically versus that Indiana team, almost making a comeback down on Lotus. But now we get to see what they can do on Ascent here.
Absolutely. It's going to be early mid aggression from Ball State, but Scopes seems to find TN, and the rest of them just back off. They don't want to give any more freebies to this Purdue team, who's honestly built up a ton of momentum.
Yeah, trying to disrespect this Viper wall that's really powerful doesn't work out for them. Now they're stuck in a 4v5 here.
Absolutely. The KO knife is going to halt the Purdue push, but I think this A hit might actually get shut down by Fraggleton's utility. As you see, he has a microwave setup on front site that may just shut down this raise coming through tree.
Yeah, and they already have 2 people here. The KO is committed to holding this site with the Killjoy, and the Spike is walking over towards A main. They are going to try and commit here.
It seems Choku is very weak on dice, and Harbor and Reyna are the only 2 players, but it seems to be that they don't want to hit this A site. They're backing off, but Ball State seems to be reading that.
Yeah, I think the KO knife actually got the Killjoy and the KO there on A site. I think after seeing that, they didn't want to try and meddle with it too much.
Absolutely. It seems Purdue are going to go double back to A, but they have a very weak Choku and a Fraggleton to hold this down. The microwave setup goes out, but Scopes finds Choku with the grenade, and Fraggleton is all by himself on site. Finds 2, though, and suddenly with the Sova ult from Epic Gamer Dude Ian, this is very doable. They have to stall for 12 seconds.
10 seconds left.
A real hot
and now they have sight, and it's a 2v.
But suddenly the spike's not down. There's no time.
Oh, the spike didn't get planted.
That's a massive kill from Rebo on the planner, and suddenly Ball State are slowly getting back in this game.
Yeah, it ended in a 1v1 there, but the round goes to Ball State for denying that plant. Rebo pulling out the heroics, and same with Fraggleton.
Absolutely. Finding 2 there in Hell was very, very impactful, and they still have this Killjoy if they opt to do another retake, even though they haven't been looking that strong.
Yeah, and this Viper ult here looks really nice to play on site with, but that Killjoy ult just looming for Ball State, it's kind of like preventing the Viper from doing anything with it.
Absolutely. The Harbor is one off of his ultimate, which is another major impact kill. Raises 3 off, but she doesn't have a lot of util.
Yeah, TN not finding anything mid with that op. Gonna reposition down towards market, I think.
Absolutely. It seems that they're gonna read that they're just playing early rotates. They have no idea where this Purdue team's going while they contact up mid, getting a ton of space. TN with the operator going to attempt to stop this. Finds Scopes and immediately backs off.
Yeah, and an excellent reposition there from TN, getting the operator kill and just rotating back towards A. But it looks like Purdue is going towards B main here.
Absolutely. The KO is going to go through up market, but Rebo might be waiting there for open arms. Actually, instead, he decides to opt back for tree. It's just Ian and Choku on the site.
Oh, spam. Not getting any value here. The Odin not ringing true.
They find 2, though.
Yeah, and it looks like, yeah, Purdue is trying to get onto B site here.
And Epic Gamer Ian isn't able to stop this Purdue push, and suddenly Ball State are going to have to try and flood the back side to get any value. The Viper ult is out, but they have a KJ ult for retake to force her out.
Yeah, this is going to be tight. They know their Killjoy ult is coming in right about now. They have the plant down, they have the Viper ult, but they can't go anywhere.
They're forced to push this KJ ult, and they find Fraggleton, they find Choku! Rebo trades out.
Oh my god, and an ace from the Harbor!
Heroics from Purdue get them this round that honestly shouldn't have happened.
It should not have. The Killjoy lockdown on B site seemed like that was all she wrote for that round, but the Harbor coming up huge in that round, getting all 5.
And that's going to send, I believe, Purdue to a timeout. Get the cool down a little bit. But
Oh
that
yeah,
ace is
absolutely.
heroic.
I would definitely be calling time here just to cool down the Jets. That was an amazing round by the Harbor there, but everyone on Purdue is kind of shooting today.
Absolutely. They want this revenge tour against IU, and it shows. And Ball State just don't seem to have an answer on this defensive half.
Yeah, and this Viper setup that they have on attack here going towards mid, it seems like the biggest factor in how Purdue can play this map.
Absolutely.
Because the mid is just kind of off limits for Ball State. They can't really do much to it. We saw TN try and get an early operator kill, not finding it. And it's just, I don't know. Ball State just needs to get something here.
Absolutely. TN looks like they're going to take early aggression in tiles, maybe finding out what Purdue wants to do. But at this point in the game, you have to know that this Purdue squad loves this middle area, and they take it forcefully.
Oh, yeah. But another thing to note is that Purdue now has this harbor ult from all the heroics that happened. So we might be seeing a fast B hit, it looks like, with the harbor ult going fast.
Absolutely. Definitely, this looks like they're about to increase the pacing, and we'll see if Ball State has an answer for that. It looks like they're going to Choku is going to fight.
Yeah, we see Ball State pushing up here. Going to be Reina blinded.
Huge fight on the run. Epic Gamer Dude Ian opens up with 2, but Spaghetti trades out Choku, and then Ian is left on his lonesome waiting for his team to rotate and help him. Purdue wants out.
Yeah, making this a 3v4 for Ball State is very, very doable now. They need a round to get on the board, and this is the one to do it.
Absolutely. Spaghetti looks like he's about to clear Epic Gamer Dude Ian and finds it. TN is then Ball State.
Yeah, back down to a 3v3. Gets picked. Actually, TN gets picked off by the King Lion Leo in mid.
That late lurk mid is something that he's been doing this entire game. And it seems to be
they don't expect the second one in market here, and now Purdue has sight for free. It's a 2v2 retake. They have the Harbor ult, and they have the Omen ult. How do you think they play this?
I think they're just going to play together, honestly, because Rebo seems to want Fraggleton to come up close. It's up to these two players to potentially drag Ball State back into this game, kicking and screaming, but the Harbor ult is going to come out from backside, and they're forced to make a move.
Yeah, and the Viper getting spotted, not able to get the kill, but Rebo gets the trade.
One-on-one, Rebo and Harbor against each other. Harbor is masterfully playing about this cascade and swings and finds Rebo.
A great timing there from the Harbor, having an incredible game so far, getting the ace that last round and then getting the clutch this round. It's really seeming like it's Purdue's game to lose.
My pronunciation of his name isn't going to affect his performance here. He's been absolutely nuclear for this Purdue squad.
Yeah, and look at the buy again. Ball State opting to buy for the last round of the half, just going to use Sheriffs here. And there's not very many ultimates that can really change this outcome.
Absolutely. They're praying for that 9-3 curse, and do you believe in curses?
I have yet to see a 9-3 curse happen in BFI, but I am ready for it.
It's very much real. Purdue is going to just go with their standard mid-push. It's tried and true, been very successful, and Rebo's honestly just playing to support his team however he can.
Yeah,
and
but we see, look, TN and Ian pushing up B main, not finding anything. Gonna just back up off that info and try and maybe work back towards A.
Absolutely. It's looking like Purdue want to go for an A split, but these one-way smokes from Rebo have been kind of almost halting them plays.
Yeah,
they're not
refreshing
absolutely shutting
that.
them down.
Refreshing that. It looks like the A main players for Purdue are kind of indecisive here.
Absolutely. They're running into a 3-person stack from Ball State, but this Viper Wall cuts off Rebo from the tree push. And it's all up to Choku, who gets immediately found by Scopes, and suddenly they're increasing their pacing. Rebo
one nice shot from Rebo to cancel out the Raze ult, though.
Absolutely. Fraggleton's in the site. Do they know?
Oh, a nice shot from the Harbor again. Door's broken. It's a 3v3 for...
Gamer Dude Ian finds Harbor, but immediately gets traded out by Hondo. Then TN finds Honcho. These trades are just coming in for Ball State, doing a lot of damage to this Purdue.
Yeah, KO ult is used here. It's a 2v2. They know where one is. I don't know if they know where the other one is. It looks like
Looks like they're going to be hitting site from 2 different positions. Rebo's found in tree. It's all up to TN with the Sheriff. Can he make magic out of nothing? Finds Leo.
Finds one.
Knows where Spaghetti is. Creeps up on the generator. And let's see if he has what it takes. Finds Spaghetti. Creeps up. One bullet in a dream. And it's not enough. Spaghetti closing this out for Purdue, and it's 9-2. This is going very poorly for Ball State.
Well, you say that, but they got 4 people on that round when they just had Sheriffs. That was a good round for all things considered for them, but yeah, it's kind of a little bit too little too late. It's 2-9 right now. They have good ultimates on the board. They have the KO ult online, but Purdue has just been running away with this game.
Absolutely, and I don't think Ball State is a team to roll over and take too little too late very seriously, but they need this round to have any chance of coming back in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. We see, again, just mid is just not contested at all by Ball State, opting to keep the A main and B main in check.
Rebo and Wine going to probably swing off of TN's contact, but is waiting for more confirmation of more players to try and get as much value as he can from this position. It doesn't look like they're aware of him being in Wine. This could be a huge crush to Purdue's game plan.
Yeah, absolutely. But we see, if you look at it, Purdue's spike is over at B main. So it looks like they want to try and end B here, despite the Harbor being A.
Yeah, the pros of doing a slow defaulty style like this is they can really poke and prod and go wherever they please.
Yeah, and look, the Harbor is rotating back. It looks like it's just going to be a straight B hit.
Absolutely. With 50 seconds on the clock, they're making a decision pretty fast, but they're very confident, and it doesn't seem to be like Ball State has the read. However, they do have the Omenal to pause a rotate.
Here we go. Ian and Choku left on this site alone.
TN finds scopes through the wallbang, and Choku finds Spaghetti. This push is getting shut down. King Lion Leo downs Choku, who's in his KO, so he's not out.
Oh, Ian getting 2 on the site hold there is amazing for them. Gonna get the plant down. It's a 2v3 right now. KO is offline.
Purdue have been great at converting these low man rounds in post plant, but it seems like Ball State are moving up a bit faster than they want. The Cascade is going to deny the lane push, but TN's just going to disrespect it and walk right through.
Yeah, we know this Harbor has a knack for doing the impossible here. See what he can do. Gets one.
Finds the first, is going to swing out. Kills TN.
Gets the second one. Has the Harbor online.
Fraggleton has to do something. Sticks a stun
oh
on
my
1v3.
God, and he gets it again. This Harbor is going crazy.
I can't pronounce his name, but he doesn't seem to care. 2-10 for Purdue with heroics from Purdue's side. Ball State don't seem to have an answer.
Yeah, and Ball State just looked completely flat here. Purdue definitely having the reins in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Purdue dominant first half, and it's all up to Ball State on this attack half. They need this pistol. They need to win the bonus. They need to win a lot of rounds that seem impossible.
Yeah, well, it all starts with this pistol. It looks like we're focusing out B main, but it looks like Purdue's also doing the same.
Absolutely. It seems like it's going to be a brawl in B main and with these Purdue and Ball State.
Yeah, but it all starts with one here. Ball State just need to get something going, and this pistol is what has to happen.
Absolutely. Forced off by the paranoia. They're forced all the way back onto site. Ball State is increasing the pace of this game on their attack side, and they're not done yet. TN and Rebo getting the opening, and suddenly it's a 3-on-5 retake for Purdue.
Yeah, Ball State just absolutely barreling into sight there, getting both of the defenders on B site out of the game, and now it's a 3v5 retake, and Ball State's just everywhere.
Absolutely. They're confident on this attack half. They find 2, and this could be a flawless round for Ball State to maybe help them get back into this game.
Absolutely. Just King Lion Leo left. They know where he is. They're just waiting. Gets
Finds
2 actually.
2.
One is going to get traded up by Ian, and this is what Ball State needs to get back into the game at all.
King Lion Leo got his. That's all I have to say.
He got his 2 actually.
His 2. Absolutely. Yeah. But Ball State with a pretty dominant pistol, very fast sight hit, which is kind of what you wouldn't really expect with this comp. It's very, very well rounded, so you can do these fast hits, but you can also lean into the defaulty style of the game.
Yeah, Ball State's comp is definitely more towards the default side, but you can pick up the pace and just try and out-aim everyone, and that's what they did there. They got the round. Now they have this bonus here. Let's see what Purdue can do to kind of deny this.
Absolutely. It seems that Ball State seemed to be ready for some kind of push that Purdue may attempt to do, but Purdue is not budging on this site. They're just waiting to see if they'll get anything. Honcho walks up B main. It might be a one-on-one to Rebo.
And it looks like Honcho has a Bucky here, just trying to see if anyone will just walk in without any care in the world. But it looks like Ball State's leaning towards B, gets a pick on the Harbor, and that's just going to initiate their site hit.
Honcho finds Rebo with that Bucky. He ended up biting the bait, and it's 4-on-4 as Ball State takes the site.
Yeah, now the Reyna has that Spectre. Let's see how that can influence this round.
Absolutely. For Purdue to win this round, it might be the nail in the coffin. Ball State needs this round. An epic gamer dude, Ian, finds a huge kill on the real Honcho on the flank. But are they aware of the second?
Yeah, Ian's really low here. That's all they have in main. Gonna get flushed out by the nade and getting caught by the KO.
Absolutely. It's 3-on-3. Ball State's players have all been limited to the site, and Purdue seem to increase the pace on this retake.
Yeah, just trying to get anything here. They have the Guardian,
Shoku
trying to use it. A
one
nice
enemy remaining.
double headshot from Scopes.
Scopes,
Just
is
leaving
this the nail in the
KO.
coffin?
Last
Shoku
player
finds
remaining.
one. Scopes is very low HP. One-shot headshot to the Bulldog, but so is Scopes. Throws the molly and finds the
Oh.
third. It's an absolute miracle for Ball State in a round that they very much needed.
Yeah, they needed that round, but it got really expensive for them at the end. They had one person left and no armor. They're gonna have to rebuy all of that.
Absolutely. Even though Purdue didn't have the best, they had a really good round and are able to force up rifles, and Ball State have to do the same on most of their players to even contend.
Yeah, and I think this right here is the most important round for Ball State. If they win this round, they get the economy rolling, and Purdue is kind of on a save for the next couple rounds.
Absolutely. It seems that the KJ is going to try and show some B main presence, but Reba teleports across and finds the real Honcho. An amazing shot opening up the round. Going to force Purdue to rotate, and Ball State might just back off and slow it down a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's a
after
great
that pick.
first pick. It looks like Purdue's going to try and gamble that they're going to go A. All four of Purdue is here, but it looks like Killjoy and Silva are trying to initiate a B hit.
I believe Rebo is 1 HP off of that spam. He seems to be rotating late, but they do lean towards B. However, the Harbor and the Viper might have this read. It's a 4-on-5
Yeah,
situation
they
still.
rotated back. It looks like KO is one off alt. They might try and get it here.
Absolutely. The Molly to stall and Harbor goes on to sight. This may be a early flood.
Yeah, and instantly popping that KO alt. They're just going to try and get on the site with numbers.
Absolutely. But he finds two on lane. He's just reading this Ball State team with precision.
And Harbor managing to get two. They're not gonna get the KO back up online.
King Lion Leo in a one-on-one situation, but Epic Gamer Ian closes it out. They win their bonus round, and suddenly this is looking very much more doable.
That is a huge round for them to get back into this game. Purdue is now on a low buy, and Ball State can just run away with this money.
There must have been some kind of banter that we didn't hear on stage, because there seems to be some typing in chat, but Ball State are ready to attempt and bring this one back. And Purdue, they're looking to close this out and submit their ticket into the grand finals.
Yeah, and we know Ball State is kind of known for these comebacks. We saw it on Lotus for a little bit, making a really bad half into something feasible, and now they're trying to do the same here.
Absolutely. Looks like Ball State might be walking into the hands of, oh my, Fraggleton.
Nice shot from Fraggleton, but we'll see. This Harbor has been cooking all day today.
Ooh,
But
Fraggleton
Fraggleton
with
says,
two and
no
B
thank
main.
you.
Team's
I
gonna-
wanted my steak medium rare.
What? Seems like they're going to react off that 3v5 situation presented to you by Fraggleton, and he seems to be walking on site taking it for free.
Yeah, and it looks like they're a little bit cautious of someone being backside B, but getting caught out. Rebo getting scopes here, and now this looks pretty much unwinnable here.
Yeah, absolutely. Honcho with the judge praying that they get overzealous.
Spike planted. Last player standing. Flawless.
Flawless round, they're not done yet, and they don't seem to be deferred at all.
Absolutely not. I think now we're at the point where Ball State is kind of has the momentum now, and Purdue is on the back foot, and we see a timeout here by the Harbor.
Absolutely. They lost 4 in a row, which coincidentally Purdue did to them in the first half. I think both of these have very good attack sides, very good reads on what they want to do, and I think they're reading each other very well.
Yeah, and well, the good thing about these comps is that Purdue has a really good attack side, but the defense is kind of lacking because they don't have that killjoy. They don't have that killjoy. They don't have any kind of util to like really stop any side hits. They just have that Viper. So it's going to be interesting to see how they work this out. They do have Ball State looking like they just have everything on lockdown on this attack side. I'm interested to see how they're going to switch up their defense here because they had Viper putting the orb on B. I wonder how... We're going to get back into the game here in about 5 seconds. I'm curious to see. They have a full buy. It's a full buy versus full buy here. I just want to see what they're going to try and do here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we see this default Viper wall coming out. Gets mid, it gets top mid, and it gets B main all in the same wall. And actually gets some of A main too. Just this wall covers so much.
Yeah, seems to be like this 8. Yeah, Ball State are gonna lean towards an 8 split, getting 3 on catwalk. Scopes waits there with open arms.
Yeah, we see leading the charge with the judge, TN, but Scopes managing to get 2 but getting traded out by that Sova ult.
Seems like a very 3-on-3 round, and Ball State are definitely increasing the tempo. Finds one, gets the other one to Ian, but Ian
One enemy remaining.
finds another.
Yeah, and a clean round by Ball State, getting 2 left alive. They have that Omen ult online, and it just looks like Purdue is just at a loss here on this defense side.
Absolutely.
But the thing is now that Purdue has 4 ults online, a lot of them very impactful that can alter the course of a round. How do you think they use these?
I don't know, but they are like they're losing momentum here, and Ball State just seems to be speeding up and speeding up. They have to like go for a retake or something, do something different because Ball State's attack half is also looking dominant.
Yeah, but we see Purdue pushing out of A main, getting all the info that they're not on the A side. I wonder if they'll end up stacking B because of it.
Yeah, Rebo is alone on this flank, but Honcha's pulling up and might get an early engagement in this T-spawn area top cat.
And look at all the info Purdue has. They have the entirety of the A side. They know they're coming B, but Harbor has something to say about it.
Absolutely. Fraggleton trades out Spaghetti, though, and then King Lion Leo trades Fraggleton. It's a 4-on-3, 3-on-3 now. The
King Lion Leo getting a hand in the game here.
Trades consistently coming in for both sides. Rebo finds Scopes, but King Lion Leo finds Choku. Again, these teams are going blow for blow in an absolute slugfest.
Yeah, but it looks like it's just a 1v1 here right now. Oh, but Rebo catching the KO here, and it's going to be another round for Ball State.
They're coming back, 2-round difference. Revo finds massive value in mid to get them that round, and suddenly they're coming up with all the answers and more.
Yeah, Purdue just has no answers right now on this defense side. We'll see what they can cook up on this round. They have the Viper, or they have the Harbor ult, excuse me, and the Raze ult. But Ball State on the other hand has Killjoy ult, and they can't really do much to stop it.
Absolutely, a Killjoy ult would be massive and another fast sight hit, which seems to be the pace that Ball State wants to play at. It seems that they're now forcing Purdue to play their game, and they're back in this.
Yeah, but we do see the operator on Honcho on that Reyna. We'll see how that impacts the game. Scopes just trying to get a initial pick, backing up.
Raze ulting, finds Choku, but Rebo immediately gets the trade.
Makes that a 4v4 here. And entering the site, trying to get something here. Looks like the site is clear. They are playing for retake. But the Harbor, look at this Harbor running from into their spawn on this flank.
KJ is alive, however, and Rebo is going to occupy that space. This flank battle is going to be huge in determining the outcome of this round. And Harbor finds it, but TN answers back with a kill in heaven.
Yeah, Harbor wins that flank battle, but TN getting proactive in heaven.
Seems like Ball State want to deal with this Harbor on flank as he's becoming a nuisance. They do so, in fact, kill him.
Yep,
TN finding big
now
kill.
it's a 2v3 for Ball State, in Ball State's favor. Getting Honcho trying to get something with the op, not being able to hit the shot. We have 2 people in main, 1 person on site, but
Honcho
now it's just the 2 people in main.
Honcho finding a nice kill into Fraggleton. King Lion Leo pushing up. It's a one-on-one TN and King Lion Leo for the 4K. TN clutches out 9-10. Ball State are making a huge comeback to stay in this tournament.
An absolute heroics out from TN on that round, getting 4, being able to clutch out the round for this team, and 9-10. It was a 2-10 half. Purdue has yet to get around on this defense side.
Absolutely, and it seems that the way that they were playing the attack side, they needed more rounds. Honestly, with this, how the way this defensive half is going.
Yeah, well, like I said, Purdue's comp is very attack-sided on this map. So having 10 rounds is amazing, but not if they can't do anything about it on the defense side.
Absolutely, Purdue is on a very awkward bye, heading into Ball State, who are just sitting 4 in B lobby, trying to maybe see if they'll push up, make any mistakes.
Yeah, and like I was saying with Ball State, they're not really taking mid control on Purdue's side during this defense half. Looks like they're willing to just give up the mid space while they take it and then just try and work around it.
Absolutely. The middle of this map has been a huge factor in these teams' defensive halves, but it seems like Ball State are just creeping up more and more. King Lion Leo doesn't suspect after his jiggle peeking that there could be 2 up mid, but they're just walking up, they're contacting up, and they're getting a lot of free space.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to try and go for a B split here with the Omen lurking on A main. Killjoy in B main, breaking the door. Looks like they're heading out onto site here.
Door is closer, immediately increasing the tempo, but Harbor finds 1. King Lion Leo finds 2. Purdue finds 2 with a Sheriff and a Phantom, but Choku answers back. So does Rebo. It's another 3-on-3 scenario. These teams are just trading each other out.
Yeah, but Purdue has less money invested into their guns and a clean shot from Fraggleton to make this a favorable situation for Ball State.
Fraggleton immediately repositions chairs. Rebo finds Harbor, and Scopes finds Rebo. It's a 1-on-2.
Yeah, and Purdue need this round if they want any sort of momentum going into the next few rounds here. But Fraggleton getting the headshot, and now it's a tie game.
Scopes unable to stop the bleeding, and Ball State are swinging back with their own dominant attack side.
Yeah, and it looks like Purdue is just unable to do anything about these site hits. They're just not getting... They get the picks, but they can't hold on to the lead.
Absolutely. It seems that Ball State weren't really wavered by that first half. The absolute fortitude of this roster to come back and make this 10-10 is going to be a close ending.
Yeah, I mean, we know Purdue is very good on their attack side. We know Ball State is known for their comebacks. I just did not expect a comeback like this. We'll see what they can do about it.
Absolutely. This seems to be splitting up KJ to show B main presence. That alarm bot is huge, catches up anyone pushing up, and then she just doesn't have to look there anymore because of her utility.
Yeah, and it looks like they've made a main presence, Ball State did, and now they're just leaving, keeping the KO there on A while they rotate towards B.
Absolutely. It seems they're reacting off of the presence that Purdue is showing very well, which, honestly, this round hasn't been that much at all.
Yeah, it looks like Ball State's just choosing to slowly walk into B main and then explode out of the choke point, catching this Viper and the Harbor off guard.
Absolutely. This contacty style of play has been working for them very well so far, and it seems to go again as they're only running into one person.
Yeah, and now they got the orb for the KO ult. They're going to start getting onto the site here, but we've seen what this Harbor and this Viper can do.
Absolutely. Spaghetti with the backside with the Odin finds TN and then cancels the Omen ult. Can he find any more? No. Fraggleton answers back.
Gets some chip damage, but ultimately it's a 3v4 here. Ian getting caught out by Scopes.
Able to find Honcho before he's traded out, though. And Rebo in main trying to help Fraggleton in lane. But the Roomba doesn't clear him. They're not aware, but they are aware of Rebo. Fraggleton immediately gets traded, though, too weak to do anything about Scopes.
It's a 2v3, and they're separated. One on site, one on main. Harbor's aware, gets the main pick.
Last is backside, and he's very weak. He needs a miracle to pull this round off. And
Choku, that's a good start.
And Purdue answer back, but there's no time?
I don't know, it's gonna be close.
Or no, there's time.
My headset was making the high pitched noise to sound like the spike kicking really fast.
But yeah, that is Purdue's first defensive round that they got, and that might be the momentum shift that they need.
Absolutely, Purdue answering back with their first round on this defensive side, and this is not the score I would have predicted earlier on in this game.
Absolutely not, but Purdue, they do have life in them yet. Despite going in that terrible losing streak, they're back in this now. They won that round. They have the Viper ult. They have a lot of ways they can win these rounds.
Absolutely. This attack side has been defining in this series, and Ball State looked to keep up the momentum despite losing one round.
Yeah, it looks like Raze trying to get a little bit antsy here up in mid, while Ball State is looking to take mid market control.
Absolutely. They're just contacting up, slowly increasing the pace. And it looks like Ball State's just in market.
Yeah, and again with these kind of defensive halves, we've seen they're not really keen on getting much map control. They're just opting to wait for Ball State to get into their hands. We'll see how it works out.
Absolutely. It seems that Rebo's just posted up in market, but Ball State want to take this tree control, but they're running into Scopes and Honcho.
And an immediate reposition down towards market.
Rebo is
trying to get something done here.
teleports towards button to avoid any more damage, and Ball State are taking this site, but not for free.
Yeah, and it looks like they're kind of just stalled out here in market. The Harbor and the Viper util, the Omen Paranoia not big enough.
Wrapping back towards mid, finding the real Honcho, and suddenly they're going for a fast A hit. Rebo is
30 seconds
gonna
left.
lose to Spaghetti. Spaghetti with a huge pick, and Scopes getting TN. This Ball State push is seeming to be stopped, but
down A.
Fraggleton finds a pick of his
Yeah,
own,
but
making
this site is free if they can get the plant down. It looks like they will. It's a 3v2.
Absolutely. Ian's
Spike
throwing
planted.
his Sova ult in to potentially stall the flood onto Fraggleton. And Fraggleton does have his Killjoy to maybe stall this, but so does Viper. Viper also has her ult for maybe a retake.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they'll hold this. They know the Killjoy's in hell now because of those swarm grenades. Gets one though.
Fraggleton finds Spaghetti, finds Harbor. Can he find one more?
3 on the round for
securely?
the Killjoy. Can he make it 4? This KO.
And ooh, nice shot from Fraggleton to secure the round for Ball State. They immediately answer back with a round of their own.
And it's really been the support players on these teams that have been going crazy this game. We saw Fraggleton with the 4K here. Harbor went crazy for Purdue's side on the attack. It feels like the duelists here are kind of getting outshadowed.
Absolutely, and that's not typically the case, and Scopes is having a great game, but it's the supportive utility that's really defining these rounds for both teams.
Yeah, and it looks like Purdue is on the low buy here, so we'll see. They're trying to force into this.
Absolutely, Harbor Wall sent down mid.
Yeah, the Viper's Pit is in B main here.
Toxin
Just
screen down.
completely locking down this site. And this is what I like to see. The Harbor Wall just cutting out mid, just denying them that info, but now that it's down, they're taking it for free.
Absolutely. Ball State committing 4 towards this mid push, and there KJ gets in lower mid, commits her ultimate. This is a very awkward ultimate, forcing the Viper out of her ultimate, so...
Yeah, forces the Viper to take down their ultimate and play back site with the Harbor. It looks like they're going to try and go for this.
Very well played by Ball State to force his Viper ult to go down, but Purdue answers back with a Harbor ult, forcing them out of B main, and they're reconsidering their entire site push with 45 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, but look, Purdue used the Viper ult, the KO ult, and the Harbor ult just on that hold there, and now they're rotating. Ball State's rotating towards A. I don't know if they have anything for this.
Absolutely, it's just... But the only thing stopping this Ball State push is the real Honcho, who hasn't been having a great game so far, but maybe he can answer back.
Yeah, it looks like this Raze is ready to receive here.
Finds one.
Spike
That's the bomb down. They know it's here. Finds 2. Absolute answering back. Spaghetti TN finds him in hell, but is it enough?
10 seconds left.
10
We have
seconds left.
KJ on the flank
All
here.
down to
Gonna get
Fraggleton.
one and get both.
The
Get the
flank is-
clutch.
The flank is huge from Fraggleton, taking Ball State to match point.
And the first time
point.
Ball State has had the lead this entire match. And this is what Ball State needed to get back into this game. 12-11. Who would have thought that after 10-2, after that 10-2 half from Purdue, they would manage to get back into the lead here?
Just And it seems like the round is going to come to a quick pause.
Not sure what's happening here. It looks like we have a little bit of an issue on the production side.
The match timer has been set to pause, and we're going to be taken to a quick little break.
Yeah, but Ball State getting back into this.
We're gonna be sent to a quick break.
Sorry for the pause. Ball State is going to have a sub fill-in for the remainder of the game. The score going into this will be 12-11.
Yeah, and we were talking about this before, but the comeback that Ball State has made on this half has been insane.
It's been an amazing comeback.
Yeah, at least a 10-2 on both sides for their attack half, which is not something you normally see on Ascent.
Absolutely, and I think we'll be jumping right back into it very soon here. So again, sorry for the delay, but
yeah, it looks like we're heading right back into 12-11 here. A very, very interesting resolution to this map.
absolutely, I for one am very excited to see how this turns out. Keep in mind, the winner of this game gets to face out the team that knocked them down, IU, in the grand finals of Battle for Indiana.
Yeah, this is losers finals. We are getting back into the match here. 12-11 on Ball State's side. Purdue needs one more to take it to overtime. Ball State needs one more to win the map and take it back to grand finals.
Absolutely. Scores 12-11. Seems like Ball State going to show some heavy tiles presence. That knife isn't going to find the value that Purdue maybe have wanted it to find, and Ball State are going to creep up mid with 4.
Yeah, Ball State have been abusing this mid take for a lot of this half, and it's been working out. TN trying to get active here.
Scopes recognizes this right. He's brought down to 1 HP by TN.
And that's huge for Ball State, getting that damage on that raise. And now they're just kind of chilling out mid, waiting to see what Purdue's going to do in reaction to this.
Absolutely. The KO, Jet, and Sova are in mid. Omen and KJB. You thinking it's going to be a B split?
It's looking like it. There's not really many ults available that can change the course of this game. They have the Jet knives. Purdue has the Reyna Empress, but
Purdue to find the first pick onto Fraggleton, and Ball State is going to rock into this site like it was theirs to begin with.
yeah, but look at this Sova. The Sova is simply just waiting in mid for these defenders.
Absolutely. He's able to find some late value. He is. Finds 2 on the scope.
Gonna get 2 off the timing there, and now it's a 2v4 for Ball State.
Looks like this map's coming to a close. Can Purdue have any answers? Ian on the flight.
Ian going for more, getting one more, and getting 4 to close out the map, and Ball State wins against Purdue to go back into the grand finals versus Indiana.
Absolutely, that comeback proved that they very much wanted this comeback. They want the revenge against IU, and they're gonna get a shot at it.
Yeah, and after that 10-2 half from Purdue, it looked over, but Ball State just brought it back, just hunkered down and got their revenge.
Absolutely. After this break, we'll get right into Ball State IU Grand Finals. Winner takes all, and it's gonna be a great match. Don't go anywhere.